Good evening, everyone. Happy Sunday. And as is the tradition here on Drinking Bourbon with the Married Couple, Bourbon for the Married Couple, soon to be married couple.
That's not the name of our show.
So since the Steelers won today in exciting fashion, I have to splurge a little bit. Went out and bought a new bottle of whiskey for us to try. It's old school, but we're really starting to like these products. So Old Forester, 1920. We're in love with the 1910 because it's got that toasted barrel finish, but I've got a feeling that this is gonna smack you a little bit. And again, we're new to the tasting gig, so to speak here. So we're gonna pop this bad boy open. Oh, sweet taste of victory.
I got the small glass.
Okay, so a little bit here about Old Forester, 1920. As we said again, the 1910 is absolutely wonderful. I hear a lot of people talk. Fred Minnick, again, my guy one, saying that 1920 is one of their everyday go-to bourbons. They absolutely love it. 115 proof. So, got a little bit of oomph to it. So, all right. So
But
we're
you know
gonna
it's not
swirl
my
on.
thing, so I'm a little nervous.
I understand. Oh, wow. To the nose.
Yeah, but I don't think it tastes super
No,
strong to
absolutely
the nose,
not.
which is surprising.
I guess a little oak for me jumps up there first.
I don't know. You know how I struggle with the smell, and I'll smell similar. I do not smell floral like I have with the last couple at all.
A balance. I smell balance. I smell little tannins, cornbread.
I'm sorry. With the tanning, calm down. We're supposed to be serious about this, but that does
That's
make me
we're
laugh.
having fun.
I'm just going to start making stuff up because I listen to other, which I'm sure very reputable, smart podcasters when it comes to, and I think you could just, what did I say I was going to
Smell
say this time?
caramel.
Well, I think I always smell that. I feel like that's just a staple of bourbon is
All right.
I say caramel, he says caramel. Apparently he's fancier.
Caramel. All right.
I like it. I think it smells good.
Nose. Thumbs up. Sideways.
I mean, I'll always get. It smell for me to this at this
I'm
point.
gonna go
is
sideways
not
too.
Super.
Doesn't really have anything super strong or
Yeah.
pungent in there, so definitely would be creeping towards up. But I'm gonna go sideways. All
Yeah,
right.
it's nothing. I mean,
Now for the best part. Let's try a sip.
all right. You're gonna love it. I don't think
Does
it's.
my face give it away?
Yeah, I think it's. I mean, I'm pleasantly surprised.
All right. So
Ooh, now you're gonna talk
see,
the finish.
so if you're new to the bourbon drinking, over my last 4 or 5 years, getting used to this, now being bordering on expert, there's 3 parts to it. There's the front of the tongue or palate, the back, and then the finish. And
It's not the front.
I didn't notice the front either.
No, that's why.
Totally
at
did
first
not.
I was kind of like, oh, I'm surprised, but then
Definitely,
you
but
get it to the back, and now for sure. I mean, I for sure feel it.
that's crazy. I felt the
finish.
same thing.
Oh,
That's awesome.
I mean, might be why.
It's kind of like the finish to today's game. Late heroics, Titans almost came back.
It was
but in the end-
it was so pleasant to watch it with him today. I really like the Old Forester and the family. I think that it's really good.
And that's what it's all about too. It's about family. Steelers football, family. Old Fort.
good.
I'm a big fan.
Yeah, I think it's really. I'm
Now, that-
pleasantly surprised.
That second time through though didn't have the whiz bang
No, it didn't.
back that time.
But I'm with you. I definitely taste something like, I'm going to say grassy, but more tree. I don't know how to. Earthy. Maybe,
That's
there we go. That's
much
better.
better.
I shouldn't
I've
say
heard the
grass
earthy.
and trees.
All right.
Earthy.
One
There we
more
go.
before I get
I'm
my
right
review.
on the right. I got to just talk, and sometimes it doesn't come out right until I've had a couple times to say it. Our 2 followers will appreciate.
All right, so that
Really
tastes,
good.
the third one is the best. I tasted a nice solid sweetness right off the bat. I let it sit right in the middle of my tongue.
Mm-hmm.
A little bit more of that pungent finish, of course, that I like, but well, there's kind of more mapley syrupy
Yes,
in the middle.
I agree. In the middle of your tongue?
Yeah, not so
Yes.
much caramel or vanilla, but like a maple
Right, I said-
syrup in the middle.
I said tree, like
Yeah,
maple tree.
Definitely.
Like, here we go.
But it's got a great, I mean, I'm starting to really like these things that have great balance. And this one
very
does.
good.
But most importantly for me, it has to have that, I like a little punch in it. It makes me feel alive. It makes me feel good. And it is warm
It is
through
warm,
here. So,
for sure.
so let's go on the palate taste.
Oh, yeah, very good.
I'll go first here. I'm going to go thumbs up.
Yeah, I'm gonna go thumbs up. I'm pleasantly surprised. I was a little nervous with the 115 proof that it might be, because I really like the 1910, and what is that, like 90 something?
Yeah, it's only
93?
90. It's only 90.
And
or 3, yeah, you're right.
it's really
93.
good. So with this one, I was a little concerned, but very, very good. But you can feel it right now in the back of your throat,
Mm-hmm. Which gives-
and in your chest for
Which
sure.
takes me to the next one. Thumbs up, huge thumbs up on the finish. Really, really like the finish on this bourbon a lot.
I'm gonna say thumbs up too. I think it's good.
Yeah.
Especially today. We're not in Pittsburgh, but
No.
we're not in Pennsylvania, but we are it's a little chilly today. It's full.
So that now the next thing we'll have to do is we need to buy another bottle of the 1910. A lot of people like to kind of mix or source out their whiskey and mix a little 1910 and a little 1920 and get a little 1915 in there. I think that would be very good.
Would be very
But
good.
I would like to do a setup of blind tasting of the 1910, the 1920, and the Statesman. The Statesman from Old Forester is just fantastic. So
What are you gonna rate this over? I don't even remember what I rated the 1910, but I know I liked it. It was up there.
the 1910 might be our highest rated bourbon right now.
I'm really good.
So like with this one right here, and we're going out of a 10, right?
Yes,
I'm gonna bump this up to about an 8.5.
and that's what I would have said exactly.
Very good, highly recommend it. And I think that what I'm really starting to love about Old Forester, now that it's bourbon season and you're hunting for them, and I get caught up in all that just like any other bourbon drinker. We're all constantly checking, but honestly, that shit gets a little old sometimes.
Yeah.
And you know, I don't want to have to buy something in a case all the time. So I think what I'm starting to really like about Old Forester is that it's always on the
Yeah,
shelf.
it's accessible.
It's right there. It's $50,
Yep.
you know, or whatever it is. And so far, we have not been disappointed by any of them.
We
So,
have not. Very good.
so we got a sideways and then 2 thumbs up. But overall, hopefully everyone's having a good bourbon season here in October. It's cold out. We're gonna do some grilling, celebrate the victory tonight.
We got it, and part of the family is Bears fans, so we're gonna hope for a
Big night tomorrow night for
big
the
night
Bears.
tomorrow night. So
Traveling out to LA.
I'll switch gear.
You know, we could possibly,
We
since
might
we
have
are
a-
bourbon for the married couple, we could also throw in a little bourbon and football. We already do that, but I don't want to change our name quite yet. But
We gotta establish. We gotta get established first.
yes,
and
gotta
then-
get established. So hit us up and get a subscribe and like and put comments there. We got our first comment from our last one. It was kind of cool.
So exciting.
Yeah, and then if you get in on this early enough, like I'm telling my children right now, you knew us before we were famous.
Exactly.
Okay.
All right.
So cheers, everyone.
Cheers.
Here's to a great week.